Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds, by nerds, I'm Nerdarchy Dave, and today I'm joined by all these fine nerds, and we're going to play some Zoo Mafia RPG with Nerdarchist Ted as our illustrious zookeeper, which is our term for the GM in this game. We also have some fine friends with us, Robin Miller, Carlos Rivera, and Stephen Partridge. You can find links to them down in the description. Go check them out and stalk them across the interwebs like big game, but not in a creepy way. Uh, you can also find links to the Zoo Mafia Quick Start rules as well as the Zoo Mafia um, newsletter so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on with Zoo Mafia. So, with that, I'm going to throw it to our zookeeper.
All right, so we are at Central City Zoo. This has been the game that's it's kind of led off to be a little bit grittier, a little bit darker than the big city zoo USA. These illustrious, mob started off by trying to get into the family led by one Machine Gun Otto. They went through a number of missions. They did a whole heck of a lot without really accomplishing, many of the tasks set out before them. And that little slight insult wound up leading these, crew to make a whole new decision. And that was to try and become their own mob, their own boss, if you will. So it's been a bit rough. It's been a chaotic ride, as you might have guessed. So with that, I'm going to roll this die and determine who it is that's going to do that previously on, and that's going to go to Steven.
Hey everybody, I'm Stephen Partridge. I'm playing Roscoe Reddick. He's a red panda. I'm not gonna steal everything because I usually do that. I'm gonna be nice. We firebombed the hyenas. It was great. That's where I'm gonna leave it. Go, Robin.
Man, I was not prepared. I expected you to go longer than that because you always do. Okay. I can't just keep saying okay until I think of something.
Who are you playing?
I know that I'm definitely Kinsey. I'm definitely also Frenzy for a good reason. I am definitely going to smack you in the face with my tail ring. Also, I do remember that at the beginning of last week we were stuck in our enclosures for an extended period of time, and that is what I recall. Carlos, please take it. Save me.
What's good, internet? My name is Carlos Rivera. I run the Volcanic Night YouTube channel, and I am playing Arnold Shortman, a hippopotamus grifter, which I'm having a blast so far playing. So what happened in the last video? What happened in the last session was you're absolutely right, Robin. We completely got enclosured up, and because of the bombing, caused by our despicable ways and whatnot. But so what Arnold did, he got kind of pen fever, if you will. He didn't know how to handle himself, so he was going a little psychotic. He has a singular marker left. Let's hope he makes it for the end of the session. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Tully.
Nerdarchist Dave here. I am playing Tully the Speedster McGee, a tourist and the driver. But being the driver comes with certain perks, like having good friends that are good at fabricating and making stuff on the fly as you need it. Sometimes even giant hippopotamuses made of metal that we then fill with combustible fluids to then be delivered as a gift to the hyenas that we then detonated and made our getaway as we've created the zoo's largest ever shrapnel grenade, essentially. That's how we left our mark, and that's how we opened things up last session. And it did lead to us being put out and put in timeout for a little while. Not a problem for Tully the Speedster McGee because he's a tourist. They're very long lived. 2 weeks is nothing. He can do that standing on his shell. So with that, we are now plotting our revenge and how to make an entrance for Arnold Shortman into the world. And also, Arnold Shortman did go a little Two-Face or Joker or combine all the psychotic supervillains you've ever known before and from any media. And that, I think Arnold was trying out for those roles. But with that, I think we're ready to make our splash in the zoo and let them know that there is a new player in town.
All right, well, before we dive in, a Carlos wound up, sharing a little bit of things. So let's take a moment there. And I know this is not, diving into the game real quick, but we're going to talk about the mechanics. If you're not super familiar with the game, markers are, our fate or our luck, system for this particular game. Markers can be used for a lot of different things, but they, kind of correlate along the same lines as your health track. If you run out of health or markers, you're going to be out. Markers allows you to kind of get through the end of the session if you wind up markering out. So you do get to finish off. And we did end the last session with 2 out of our 4 characters down to their last marker. So if one of them rolls poorly, it is possible for them to marker out, meaning no matter what they do, one or both of those characters could be out of the crew or out of the zoo this very session. So it's going to be entirely up to their decisions and those dice rolls to see what happens. They could get markers back with dice rolls, but they could lose them, just as easily. So it's really going to depend upon, what this, seesaw of fate has decided is going to happen with some of these characters. So without further ado, let's dive into our finale, our final session for Central City Zoo, and see what has recently transpired. When we last left off, you guys had 2 weeks of isolation. You had a little bit of time to kind of talk, but there hasn't been a Central City Gazette for the last 2 weeks, because you didn't get your typical nightlife, if you will, your animal experience where the humans weren't around. So life kind of begins to return to normal this evening, when you've had that full day of, getting back to what life is like. And when that Gazette finally comes out, people are interested to hear what has transpired. You found that several of the enclosures have been completely emptied. Some people don't know exactly what transpired, but there's rumors about the death and the massive explosion that happened in the savannah with the hyenas. There is questions because no one knows right now what happened to the warthog enclosure. It is empty, and no one knows where the warthogs have gone. Several others are just completely barren and empty. Some of the birds have gone missing as well. It is fraught with a little bit of panic as the Gazette comes to you this day. How do you greet the evening that befalls, knowing that in this new space at the moment, while the humans have left the bit of the zoo, they are occasionally still there. They're not quite as far away as they used to be. What does our little mob do at this point in time?
So, as we're all gathered around the table, I look at everyone and I say, are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
I suppose that depends on what you're thinking.
Well, I think it's about time that little water rat, Ollie, Oliver, whatever, we snuff him out.
Well, I think we should send a message first, boss. We should grab Oliver and send him his head.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Coming in with a bang.
You know, Arnold starts laughing hysterically. He says, wouldn't it be funny if instead of Oliver, we actually got Otto? Ha! That would be rich.
That would be kind of funny. But then, how would we see the look on Otto's face if we sent Otto to Otto?
He'll look like this. Jaws dropping and everything.
We should stuff his favorite rock right in his mouth.
I like that. I like that. You see, Tully, when it comes to brutality, man, like, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to see you and Frenzy fight, man, but you're a little you got your quirks, my friend. So I'll leave it at that.
Oh, why would me and Frenzy fight? We're good friends. We even went out dancing together.
No, I mean, like if I had to take down bets and whatnot, if y'all two would ever get into any sort of scrap for whatever reason, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying, oh my god,
we do things completely different. Frenzy likes to go in there and beat things with her towel ring. I just like to set things on fire and make them go boom.
And then there's the fact that when I'm being unnecessarily cruel, it's not because I'm enjoying it, it's because I think it's a good idea.
And I just like to see things burn.
Well, all I'm gonna say, Tully, is at least when Frenzy beats him, there's no after smell.
That's the best part.
Tully's a psychopath.
I love the smell of gasoline in the morning.
Well, one thing's for certain, though. We gotta let that little water rat know that crossing us and not giving us the proper dues was definitely against his best interest. And you're right, we should definitely start off with his double. At the very least, if we get rid of him, we know for a fact we'll get Otto next time. Unless he has quadruplets.
Oh my god.
I do think that it would be prudent to maybe not firebomb the otter's enclosure, though, because as we noticed, they did in fact close the zoo for several days. And if we were to, possibly firebomb another enclosure, I mean, we wouldn't want the zoo to close altogether because then there'd be nothing left to, to rule, right?
He's got a point.
Well, yeah, besides, if we firebomb it, how are we going to cut off his head and present it to Otto?
So I guess the question is, are we trying to take out Otto, or are we just getting Otto in line?
Sure. I'm pretty sure once Otto receives Oliver's head, it's pretty much going to be on.
Oh, no, that is an absolute declaration of war. There is no going back to peaceful after that.
Well, our actions have been less than peaceful, so...
Yeah, no kidding.
Good.
I'm just saying, there's no turning back after this.
Yes, we just want to make sure that we don't anger the humans in the process, right? Like, they put us in our enclosures for 2 weeks alone. And I mean, not that I don't love some alone time now and again, but that was a little much for me.
I took a nap.
Well,
if they start with that again, I will eat them.
Well, I never wanted to come to that. All I'm gonna say, I'll do what I gotta do to protect this crew.
This crew appreciates it greatly.
That's true. I think our other crews do too. Like, we've amassed quite the veritable army, as it were. We've got the pets. We've got a supplies chain going. We've got contacts for distribution. Like, at this point, the only thing really standing in our way from total zoo domination is Otto. We just have to be delicate about how we balance getting rid of Otto and not necessarily angering the humans more than they already are. That's my only point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Machine Gun Otto is known for his tack and precision, neither. Just know, while I'm fully on board for not angering humans, because I wouldn't want to go through that again.
Yeah, we sent our message.
Death. If it's that or death.
We sent our message already. Now it's time to send a different message.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, I'm gonna call in the biggest favor I have ever called upon with Pete. Since
What are you trying to do?
I want him to help me out to see if we can get information on Oliver's route, places he may venture to, that we can possibly plan an attack accordingly, without putting ourselves into too much danger. Information is power, let's put it that way.
I'm not going to make you roll because you can't get the information.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well then,
what you get back is Oliver's not moving. It's only been essentially the second day since the isolation, and he has not come out of his enclosure.
all right. Well then, I got another favor then from my man Pete. So first, I'm going to roleplay this out. Then I'm going to roll it to see what happens.
Yep. Go for it.
Hey Pete, remember that sweet piece I gave you?
Mm-hmm.
Several sessions ago? Let's just say I have a large essay that I need to type up, and I was wondering if I could borrow your typewriter as I roll. Ripple once. It's like, no, I'm joking.
Oh,
Actually, it's actually a very, very good roll. So one of the dice fell out of the tray. I hope you're counting that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a 12 on the dice with both neutral and ally boss sewing with a 3 magnetism. So we're looking like what, 15?
Yep. So the ally boss and the neutral boss, that's gonna give everyone a +1 forward, and you get a marker back.
Huzzah! I can spend something. Folks, the worry that I had earlier before is not good. I'm all good now. Ish.
That's right. You still have to, survive the final battle. So
yeah. Alrighty. Can I borrow the piece?
So what are you borrowing?
The Tommy gun, the typewriter.
Okay. Sure.
I thought you actually wanted a typewriter.
No, I'd be so bad. Hey, no! I was trying to be discreet.
A typewriter actually gets delivered. You're like, what am I going to do with this? It's an Tommy gun case.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, so you are successful, and you get your Tommy gun.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, Pete. I'll make sure there's a spot for you in the New World Kingdom. I say that underneath my breath. And I come back to the hideout. Well, guys, surprise. It looks like Otto's been cooped up in. I keep saying Otto. Oliver's been cooped up in one spot and one spot only since the lockup. There's a good chance we're gonna find him down there, out in his pen.
What if we sneak in during the day? They'll never expect that.
I lean in, you madman.
They'll never see it coming.
The problem is the humans might see it coming.
We need a distraction to get rid of the humans. Then we'll show up with the food cart like normal. And when the otters come, all happy, lucky, trying to get the food, we snatch Oliver and make our getaway.
Hmm.
What?
Can I ask a question, Ted?
Sure.
Where is the savannah in relation to Otto's enclosure?
It's pretty much this park is like a giant triangle, and got the birds up here, the water over here, the savannah over here. So you've got this full triangle of power thing.
Okay, so would it be safe to say that if we sent a lot of the humans to kind of guard the savannah for something or to set something up there, that nobody would be around, or very few people would be around the water area?
The logic in that is sound if you can find something that is a credible enough distraction, considering most of the savannah enclosures are empty.
Okay, so Roscoe would like to meet with everybody, right? While we're talking, he's like, all right, I've got an idea, but it's a little bit harebrained, but I feel like Crazy River Horse is on board for harebrained at this point. So
Yeah.
I did happen to seed some letters that insinuated that the human mob, right? The human mob outside of here was particularly interested in consuming warthog as a delicacy. And so now the warthogs happen to be gone, and I do wonder if perchance we could convince the humans in the zoo that the mob doesn't know that the warthogs have been taken quite yet, since it's only been a day. And we might be able to even convince the humans that perhaps tomorrow the mob intends to move on the warthog pen in broad daylight as a sign of force on the zoo, thus implicating the human mob as much as we did with the pet store. And instead, we would then be able to pull our shenanigans over in the aquatics area.
What if we steal passes to the zoo and send them to the mob, and for Italian Appreciation Day? And we'll let them know there will be spaghetti and everything.
That would require us to actually find the mob outside of here, and then be able to plant such a flyer after we made such a convincing flyer.
No, we need to steal passes to the zoo, but then we can have them delivered by some of our little less conspicuous friends.
Ah, the pets. We would need to know where to deliver them, though.
I have a skill called You Got Papers, and
You've been trying to use that fucking skill all day.
I've been trying, man. I've been trying, my dude.
I think this might be it.
Oh man, this is my moment to shine.
Okay, so could we, in theory, contact our bird companions then? Roth and is it Rachel Roth? I know that's Raven in Teen Titans. I feel like that's wrong. Rick Roth?
Erica Crane.
You just got Rick Roth, bitch.
Going back a couple of sessions here.
It was Erica. Oh shoot!
I want to say Erica Crane for some reason.
Crone. Erica.
Can I find them here?
The Raven and the Crow, right? That's who I want to contact.
Yeah.
The ones that we sweet talked. And I would like to see if they could do a scouting mission for us to find out where the mobsters.
So generally, knowing who the mobsters are and where they live isn't general. Even in the real world, is not a real problem. It's always like catching them is the problem.
But to just know where their address is so we could send the thing, right?
Yeah.
Or like get it delivered.
Erica Craven and Rick Roth. Yes.
Craven, that's what it was.
Craven.
Erica Craven and Rick Roth. So can we like contact them and see if they'll deliver this for us?
Sure.
Well, first let me
Alright.
roll. First let me roll and see if it's good.
What do we need to roll to do this? Or do we need to roll?
So I mean, you guys are friendly with them. You think you've got things established.
So
if you're offering payment for services, they're willing. If you're like, oh well, you do this for free, it's probably going to be a no.
Okay.
so I have a problem.
Uh-oh.
For the dice giveth, the dice giveth, the dice taketh.
Okay.
I rolled 2 ones.
Uh-oh. For what?
And what else?
You got papers.
Oh.
So the grand total is plus my slide 3.
But you have a +1 also, right?
Or huzzah. Like
Never mind.
You get an XP.
So you're gonna get an XP. It's a failure, and you take a -1 forward.
You have a marker to spend.
I do have a marker to spend because I feel like it's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm back to 1 marker.
Oh no. This is
that was fast.
This is intense. We're not even a half hour in.
The dice gods give it.
Oh
and the
my
dice
gosh.
gods take it away.
So Steven, you say we're camping?
Camping?
Yeah, because it's intense.
Yes, exactly. It's more intense
Got
than a
it.
circus.
My God.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, that was good. That was
We're at a
good.
zoo.
But okay, yeah, I will pay them. I will pay Rick and Erica to take these tickets to the actual mob.
All right. So who's gonna go steal the tickets?
We're forging them.
Yeah,
Oh, you're forging them. Okay, my apologies.
that's why I got a garbage roll.
Oh, so we'll still have to steal them then.
Oh no, it's yours.
No, he says he used the marker.
Oh, okay. So he did get them. All right. So then, yeah, I will pay them to do that, and I will also pay them to not tell anybody that they are doing this, because I know they are information brokers. And I presume I'm just taking this out of our communal fund of peanuts that we have at this point from everything we've done.
This is going to be great when all those humans show up looking for spaghetti and there's no spaghetti. That's why we're the bad guys.
We're the worst guys, even.
Oh man, I will love the mob to show up.
We're gonna have the actual mob in Zoo Mafia now.
That'll be amazing.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna get mad at a bunch of animals.
Right, exactly. They won't know that we did this. That would be crazy.
You know, unless we go bust.
That's true.
It'd be good if it's like one of the mobsters' kids' birthday, and they're like, "Where's the spaghetti? My kid loves the spaghetti." Excellent. So yeah, I think that's what we're going with.
All right. So your plan has been enacted.
Okay. So then Roscoe will look to everybody and say,
So how exactly are we going to take out Otto then? Are we going to use weapons? And are we going to sneak in? Are we going to just deliver this head? And then when we deliver it in the moment, strike? Are we going to strike after the head is delivered? Or are we going to perhaps poison their food or something more subtle?
I don't think subtle's really our style.
Yeah, I mean,
So as of right now, the plan is during the day tomorrow, the real mob is supposed to show up looking for spaghetti. You guys are going to sneak in complete, animal attire into the enclosure to try and grab Oliver so that you can drag him back to your hideout, kill him, and then during the night deliver his head to Otto?
Yeah, apparently that's what we're
God
doing.
willing. God willing.
Our
That's what it
characters
looks
would
like.
absolutely think that would work. There is no way Kinsey would see any problems with this plan
Right.
at all.
All right.
God willing. That's all I'm gonna say.
I never said we were a smart mob.
Oh, I'm aware.
Listen, the rest of the mobsters are not willing to take big risks. Go big or go home.
Yep.
All right.
So I want to use my start of the job ability for a vehicle.
Okay.
That would be trips, people. I got trips on the die.
Yo!
But
Are
they're
they trip-
555s.
Oh, getting me hype.
That's still good though, right?
Yeah. No, it is good. It is good because
He gets a marker back.
I'm going to get a marker back because that succeeds
Hey.
without any modifiers, and I think it's a total of 14. Basically, what I
Now-
want for
Now,
my
technically,
vehicle.
technically, since this is the start of the job ability, you don't really use the secondary chart, do you? Do you just use what's on
You-
your?
Well, you use what's there, but I would say like the special effects still happen.
Okay.
Unless you don't want it to. You are the zookeeper.
I mean, I did it for Carlos's, so I guess I have to allow it here as well. But I mean, for a lot
So
of times we've just been using what's there.
So what I want for my vehicle is one of the zookeeper feeding wagons that they cart around,
Okay.
so that we can have so we can look so it looks the part. And here's what I propose, guys. We get Maurice to do a couple modifications so we can pedal it from the inside, right? And we open the enclosure, open the doors, and me and Frenzy and Arnold will lay down some suppression fire while Roscoe snatches. We grab Oliver and then we hightail it out of there.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, Roscoe, you just remember to bring your typewriter. Gotta.
Oh, I've got it.
Good.
All right. So
What could go wrong?
I would love. So this is just headcanon here. I wonder how if they do show up for whatever reason, if we start firing off, the real mom might start firing off. This is insane.
all right. You guys done all of your planning?
Yeah?
All right. So
What can go wrong?
the following morning comes. You have your plan set in motion. I will tell you for this role, since you are operating during zoo hours. Failure is 2 markers. Success with consequence is you succeed, but you still lose a marker. So be aware. Let's roll those sly rolls to see how stealthy you are getting into your vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
I got exactly a 10.
Okay.
I rolled triple threes, and we're using sly, so
Yes, sir.
7. No, it's a fail. I have a -1, don't I? I have a -1. All right, so I don't. You're the zookeeper. You know how this works. Triple threes.
Triple
minus
threes,
one.
so you're going to get and lose a marker at the same time. No, wait, it's minus 3 triples and you lose, yeah, you have markered out.
Okay.
So
So,
the way it what is your total? You have a 6 showing?
Yeah,
he
so
has a total of 5. And
yes.
whether he loses a marker for rolling triples and failing, losing a marker to just turn it into a success, all results in the same factor of he has spent his last marker. So at the end of this session, we know that something bad is going to happen to Arnold.
All right. Well, I have a success with consequences, so I also lose a marker.
Okay, so you are down to 1.
I got 10 total.
All right, so Roscoe and Frenzy, you managed to, slink completely out of your enclosure, and maybe you waited for just the right time, but Arnold and Tully, somebody, whether it be a guest or a zookeeper, somebody spotted you doing something.
It's
We
all
can't
that
trade
junk in his
roles with them,
trunk.
can we?
Nope.
Dang.
Like, so literally, like, I just have all this junk in my trunk, just kind of like trying to get in the trunk, like, you know?
So, Carlos, who
Yes.
spotted Arnold?
I think it would be funny if it was a little kid and he's like, Mommy, Daddy, take a look at this. You know?
All right, and what about you, Dave? Who spotted Tully?
I was also going to go with a little kid, but since you already got it, I'm going to go with an old man
Okay.
who is there with his grandkids.
Nice.
All right. So you managed to, get into your modified feeder van or feeder wagon, and you begin, racing away or slowly moving, however you want to look at it, across the zoo, being all kinds of patient and waiting for, people to move out of your way. You navigate across the zoo to the otter enclosure. And how are you managing this aspect?
So I picture Roscoe is at least like waiting until everybody else moves and then kind of using their distraction to slink in and find Otto.
Right, because there does not appear to be any,
or Oliver, whichever one. You know what? I'll take either one at this point because if I can take one of them, bet I'm gonna take it.
So what do you call it? There doesn't appear to be any distraction. Do you like try to like wait it out to see whether there's a time frame of when people actually leave? Because I mean, if you're used to visiting zoos, it is not a constant flow. There's always an ebb to traffic, and there's going to be times where it's like, all right, there's nobody here, and that's all you're waiting.
Yeah, so I'm kind of waiting for people to not be there and for like him to be kind of tuckered out, right? Because they swim a lot when the people are there, and that's gonna like tire him out eventually. So maybe like towards, I don't know, midday, like 4-ish, somewhere in there.
Plus, we kind of want him to be distracted by hearing the food cart coming.
Okay.
And then like it's gonna roll up kind of by itself, and then we're just gonna open up the inside of it and just start shooting into the enclosure.
All right. So
and then Roscoe's gonna like sneak in, the back and try and find Oliver.
All right. So for those people who are bringing the heat, let's do it.
I got nothing to lose at this point. Ooh, okay, so actually, still kind of whatever. Precision. So it's gonna be 11.
Okay.
So, like, I guess my thought was we're not actually trying to shoot anyone. We're just trying to.
Right, but it's how successful are you at doing
Okay.
at hand? You're trying to put down the cover fire so that Roscoe can go in and do his thing.
All right, I have also got a total of 10, and I have doubles.
Okay. Just doubles or doubles with something showing?
Good doubles.
Yeah, I've also bought double 5s.
All right, so doubles success, and everyone gets a +1 on the next roll. That's yeah. Sorry, success, and you get a +1 on your next
Awesome.
So
Sully.
I got a 6 with double ones.
6 with double ones. So
6 with doubles. Not that the ones really matter, but
yeah, so that's failure, and you get a -1.
so I'm a wash on forwards.
So, Roscoe, let's do your snatch. See how you do.
Okay, I'm using wild here. I have a +3 now. Let's see how this goes. Oh dear. Okay, so I have doubles, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
That's
Don't you have a ton of markers, dude? Last session.
I do. You know what? I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna make it a success.
all right.
I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna make it a success. So I'm gonna spend a marker.
All right. So while you're able to grab Oliver, he was, I don't want to say prepared, but what was aware that stuff, could be happening. So he actually stabs you with a knife for 2 points of damage as you grab.
Oh.
Oh, that dirty bastard.
All right.
You should definitely cut his head off for that.
Yeah.
When that happens, and Roscoe finally has him subdued, he'll just be like, "You already mildly insulted us once. This is twice now. Don't make it a third time." And then, you know what? I'm gonna take Tully's advice, and I'm just gonna shove his favorite rock in his mouth.
All right, so that's another moment in time for you to to do that. So do you want to take the time in the enclosure to do that, or are you going to just shove them into the van?
I think I'm going to take a moment to do it because I don't want him squeaking around, right? Like otters can squeak. I don't want him squeaking. So
Sure.
I'm going to shove his rock in his mouth.
Okay. No roll necessary for you.
Okay.
Do the rest of you continue your cover fire?
Indeed.
I think we have to.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's give another set of rolls for Brent.
Sorry, I'm just stressed out. This is wild. Ah! I mean, it's great. It's
That's
great.
1/6 of the game.
9.
It's not bad stressed out. It's good stressed out.
10 total,
What?
sir.
Okay. Wild is 1/6 of the game there, Stephen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. It is.
What do you have, Robin?
I have once again gotten a 10 with doubles. I got the exact same roll that I did last time, and since I had a forward from the last roll, that makes it an 11, I'm pretty sure, right?
Okay. All right. Tully.
7.
Another 7. All right.
Nice.
Well, no, last time I had a 6.
Right. All right. So at this point in time, there is some return fire. So let's see here. It's how we do. How are we going to do it this
What a surprise. It's from the real Mafia. What?
way? All right. So Steven, you're going to take one, and Roscoe, you're going to take 1, and Arnold, you're going to take 2.
Oh no. Oh boy. That's fair. Oh my gosh. Ah!
But the rock is in Oliver's mouth, and
Did you mean Tully?
what?
Huh?
Good. Well, because I botched the roll.
Yeah, and there is just gunfire coming back, so it was rolled randomly to determine who got shot.
Okay.
It's fine, Dave. I'm living off of borrowed time anyway. It's fine.
Now it was there's a whole bunch of otters, so I rolled a d6 to determine how many shots were coming at the party, and then rolled that many D4s to determine who was getting hit. And it came up 1 for Roscoe and 2 for Arnold.
I have a question, Ted, and this is
Yes, sir.
probably going to be a problem. I'm probably going to make a problem here. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
So we're in the otter enclosure, right? Like all the otters are here.
Mhm.
Do I see Otto?
There's a bunch of otters. It's hard to tell, and you're hoping that you've got the right one being Oliver. So you don't know. What are you trying to do?
Well, I was thinking I might try to just snatch Otto.
Like,
Honestly,
you want to try and snatch another person?
You know?
No,
like,
no,
what-
no. Just
what-
let's stick to the plan, man. Stick to the plan.
Okay, yeah. Because if I go against the plan and then it ends in ruin, I'm gonna have a problem. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run him to the truck, and then we'll get out of here.
Can you
And
guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
and when he throws him in, he'll say, "He has mildly insulted me yet again," and points to the stab wound.
So at this point in time, there has been, a good 10, 15 seconds worth of gunfire going off in this area. Now, some of it has been, into or, emanating from water. So there's a little bit of a muffle, but it is absolutely, drawing attention. What do you guys do?
Beat feet.
All right. Are you going with haste, or are you trying to return to a stealthy mentality?
I think we should just go with haste. Runaway food car. Who's going to expect that?
Yeah. Let's just balls
All right.
balls, man.
Let's roll wild.
Oh boy. Everybody?
Everybody.
Okay, I'm good at this in theory. That's my deathly statement every time though, isn't it? Okay, so that's 7 base. Do we have any modifiers that I'm aware of?
Wild.
Lucky 13.
Okay.
Nice. I was lucky to get a 7.
I got an 11. Unless we have a
I got
modifier.
a I got a
that's
10 with double bosses showing.
Oh shoot.
The enemy and the neutral.
Uh-oh.
So 10 with the neutral boss is everyone's getting a +1 forward. But with the enemy boss, you're gonna get a -1 forward. So you are off, but everybody else gets a bonus.
Nice.
So there's a complication as one of you has has pushed forward and a bit too hard. Who was it that got a success with consequence?
It was I, the short man.
All right, short man. What is slowing you down? Is it the couple bullet wounds in you or something else? What is your little hiccup here?
Getting like a Charlie horse. The Wild River Crazy Horse is getting a Charlie horse. I was he's like
You're able to keep going. So I'm gonna turn that into a -1 on your next roll.
okay, that takes away my +1.
So now where are you taking Oliver?
To the hideout.
Bag him. Bag his head.
So I won't make this be a group roll, but whoever wants to manage, I need one more sly roll, one more commit a caper to get across the zoo during the day.
I have a +2. What
I've been rolling hot. I'm rolling hot tonight. How about we do it?
I believe that was sarcasm.
A lot of
All
it.
right. All right, Arnold,
No, Steve, you can do it.
Okay, I'll do it because I have markers to spend, so I can turn it into a success if it's bad.
Uh,
So we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Let's see.
Crazy.
I'm going to use a marker.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
that would be a 7. And
Okay.
I really want to succeed on this. So
All
I
right.
spent another marker.
Now, how many are you at, Steven?
I have 6 markers left.
Okay.
Dang.
He's got like 1,000,000.
Yeah. I either roll really bad or really good, and there's like not a lot of in between there. I think the dice, my special Zoo Mafia dice, which are awesome by the way. Pro tip. They are very extreme.
All right. So, to enter into a little bit of narration, what element did Roscoe see about this part of the plan? So, you calling in a marker could very well be like you setting something up for, the extraction and getaway moment. So what did you put here so that you have the ability to get away unobserved and get into your hideout?
So while Roscoe was sneaking, he noticed that there was like this ice cream cart, right? Like one of those old school ice cream carts with the umbrella and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he just like took 5 seconds to just like and shove it in a walking path so that the vision is obscured with the sort of zoo artificial terrain, just to like obscure everyone's view of this path that he knew they would probably take to get back to the hideout.
All right. So you got the ice cream cart moved ahead of time so that, when you got to this point, you knew that you would be safe. All right. So you are back in your hideout with a captive otter. What is the plan?
Now is the easy part. Frenzy, I think this is the part that your specialty, sort of.
Are we doing murder now?
Well, we need to remove Oliver's head from his body in order to send it back to Otto as a message.
Do we need to verify this is Oliver first? Because he said all the otters looked the same, and just because I spent a marker to succeed doesn't mean like I just feel I have a feeling. I have a feeling as a player. So
Well, at this point, in for a penny, in for a pound. One otter head is as good as another. It's not like we get a do-over. Worst case scenario, we send the wrong otter head. So what? And if someone disputes it, we'll kill them.
okay, here's the thought, right? Roscoe will kind of pull everybody aside and be like, perhaps we could at least allow for last words and maybe a last meal, all things considered, right? Seems like the decent, respectable thing to do at least.
The only thing I have to feed him is hot lead.
Well, we
Ooh.
could get them so drunk or something that perhaps it's more bearable. Humane and whatnot. And like fully aware of the implications of that phrase in particular. Being human as a base.
Humans aren't that humane. But,
But,
besides what-
I want to try to identify if this is Oliver, I guess, is what I'm going for.
All right. What
Like, just to
do
make
you
sure.
have as established connection to try and figure that out?
we met him a bunch of times.
Yeah, we've spoken with him several times. So we also know he looks like Otto specifically. So we
Sure.
know what Otto looks like too. So
All right. Let's
we either got one or the other. And
let's put your peepers to work.
Oh, great. That's the thing I'm bad at.
All right. Well, you said you're doing it.
Okay. Yep, that's fair. That's valid. Okay. So that's just a straight roll. So it's 8. 8. And double 3s.
Oh,
So
he's not wearing the hat. He's not wearing the suspenders. So like when you zone in on the facial features, the whiskers. Definitely has a passing resemblance to the person. It could be them.
You know what? I care enough. I'm going down to 5. I will spend the marker to succeed on this. Oh wait, did I have a plus? Well, +1 wouldn't matter because it would still just be 9. So that doesn't help.
All right, so you spend a marker, and you're looking to have grabbed Oliver, that you've met numerous times. This ain't him.
Ah, is it Otto?
So,
Listen, one otter has as good as another, and if someone disputes whether this is Oliver or not, we kill him. And then if the next guy disputes it, we'll kill them too. Until they agree, it's Oliver.
yeah.
That ends with us killing an awful lot of otters.
Not
That's
a
an
fan of
otter.
otters.
That's an otter, a lot of death.
I'm guessing I can't do another awareness to see if it's Otto then, right? Yeah.
So, check this out. I have an ability called You Know People, and it says you read people, the others read books. What does that mean?
What does the ability say?
Just that, roll magnetism, and then gain 3 holds.
So it allows you to ask questions.
Okay, got it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna YOLO and swag this, okay? Come on. 4, 5, 6, 7, mag, 8, 9, 10. So
that's 3 questions you can ask.
Are you Otto? If
well, no,
not,
you ask me the questions.
Oh, got it. Is this guy Otto?
It is not.
Dang, of course it wouldn't be that easy. Dang it, Roscoe. Who is this person?
So while you have interacted with Oliver, and Oliver is supposed to look like Otto, they have established a cadre of otters to look enough alike that it's more than just the 2 that kind of interchangeably move around.
Didn't I not say he has quadruplets?
So this is in fact Oscar.
Oscar. Okay. I want to know Oscar's pain points. What can I possibly use to get leverage on this fool?
I mean, basic biology. I mean, you have guns. you have all kinds of things here. You can use to cut animal flesh or
I think he's thinking more like emotional or personal, not physical.
Oh, I was gonna say I have to go to the restroom, but if we're talking about how to get his head off, I was just planning on using like Garrett wire. Anyway, BRB.
Yeah, I mean the plan was to send Otto a double. This is a double.
So as far as what kind of emotional pressure points, like you don't really know anything about who this person is to be able to use any leverage points. I mean, you guys have already established that you're trying to be your own thing. So
so I guess my intentions was not to have him convert to our side, just to intimidate the person to gain as much information as we can about.
Well, the otters here in the zoo are raw chaos. So you're not really sure that there's anything that you're going to be able to do to be more intimidating than his own boss.
So, do we still have that rock around?
Yeah, it's in his mouth.
Okay. gonna take it out and smack him in the ankles with it. Like,
Yeah, Bob.
yeah.
Why are you doing that, boss?
Sometimes you need to send a message to the messenger. Alrighty. Since I didn't roll complete hot garbage, total's gonna be a 7.
All right, so I mean, you whack him pretty hard in the ankle, and it kind of screams out in pain a little bit. Not sure what you're looking to do or how far deep your little hideout is, but interrogating during the day might not be the best course of action unless you're looking to draw some additional human attention down.
I don't understand what you're doing, boss. We just need to cut his head off, put the freaking rock in his mouth, and send it to Otto. Like, what's the point?
So-
Like, or just let him go. I don't understand what you're trying to do here.
So I reshove the rock in his mouth
With otter blood on it.
with otter blood, and otter a lot of blood. All right.
So now,
Yeah.
are you okay with the tortoise questioning you as the boss?
No, in fact, I have a retort. This man is a dead man, regardless. We need information. He fears the otter. He needs to know there are worse things than going back to Otto as a failure. He can go back as a failure whole or in pieces. I'll let him decide.
Roscoe just pulls out his pistol. He's just gonna shoot him
Oh
in
shit!
the head. Just like shoot the otter in the head. Just
Hey,
bam.
not in the head. We need that.
And then he's gonna look at Crazy River Horse, and he's gonna say,
Look, we signed up for a lot of things, but torture wasn't one of them. Crazy River Horse.
But why'd you shoot him in the head? The heart was a perfectly valid target.
and he's gonna look at Frenzy, and then just like that sort of like, I hope you understand, and then just like turn and walk over and get a drink, like pretending like he didn't hear.
Tail swish. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. If we're gonna kill someone messy, kill someone messy, but I mean, there isn't even anybody around here to hear him screaming, really. Like, frankly, if he's not gonna give us the information that we want, we can cut the bits off post-mortem and just send them back one at a time. They're not gonna know enough to know.
Fair. Absolutely fair. Yeah, let's get hacking.
All right. We rewrite the
get
plan. I take his rock. All right, you're on one side, next on the other. Find some twine, tie it around the rock.
I love how, like, bored you sound describing this.
Totally was very, very excited to do the Godfather thing, but it's been really
Yeah.
He really just wants to burn the hideout down now. So then he's gonna, take one of the dismembered paws and take the twine and tie the rock into the paw. We need to get one of the birds to drop this off at night.
Mm-hmm. I think I might need to call in a favor from Pete to see if he's willing to do this.
Wait, what is Pete again?
Parrot.
Oh, Pete's a parrot. Okay, that works. We got lots of like bird friends.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should give Pete a rest. Maybe Brad Spit could do it.
Maybe Brad could, yeah. You know.
I would
Deliver
really
the-
prefer it if we didn't get him killed, just for the record.
He's just gonna fly over and let go
Yeah.
of the rock.
That's it. Nothing more.
If that turns out to not be all that happens, I am gonna bite one of you. I can't promise I'll be careful.
That seems fair enough.
Yep.
I mean, I could ask the pink ladies. We can't have
I
Jenny
mean-
do it. She can't fly.
I mean, I'm sure
If
Brad
Jenny-
would do it. That's not the point.
Yeah, Jenny could fly. I haven't do it, but
What
I
kind of bird?
mean-
He's a hawk, right?
Brad is an owl.
Brad is an owl. Oh,
does he even have
perfect.
the wingspan for it? I don't know
He's-
anything about owls.
That's perfect. You know, they'll never even hear him coming or going.
They are stealthy.
They are
almost-
extremely stealthy.
And
And
they
I don't
can
know
see-
if you've ever heard an owl screech, but it's terrifying.
And they can see really good at night. I mean, I feel like Brad Pitt is the perfect messenger.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
All right, so is Frenzy planning to have a conversation with Brad about this?
I mean, yeah, basically to the ends of like be really careful while this is going on, be super safe, like I I don't like this. I don't like the way that any of this sounds like it's going, but they sound pretty certain and they're not wrong. You absolutely are the best person for the job.
It's a fly by drop. By the time the, shall we call it, the package hits the water, we're long gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
All right.
you know, he's got the, you know, that cocky grin on his owlish visage, you know, as he's saying this. So
All right. I trust you. I know you got this. I don't know. I don't know. All right. I just give a crap. Don't make too much of that.
how sweet.
Fight me.
Does that fight you or bite you?
Both.
Later. And he you know, he takes the package that's currently wrapped up in that, you know, the old basic brown paper so that it's not suspicious as to what it is at the moment, and you know, leaps off into the darkness. And by the time he gets a couple you know, wing beats away, it's disappearing into the night, heading away from any kind of lights. Looking for him, you can kind of see just a little bit of, you know, glint off of his feathers. And then before too long, you watch as like the, you know, the wrap paper just kind of floats down. And then you just sit and wait. As you know, look out across the zoo, you begin to hear, you know, the normal sounds, but you're sitting and waiting. And eventually you hear a whoosh as something, you know, dropped from on high is landed in you know, open water. Then there's some loud screeching, not of owl, but of otter, as they're acknowledging, you know, what is transpired. A little bit of gunfire shot into the night, and eventually, you know, Brad returns completely unharmed by the escapades.
Kenzie is satisfied with this outcome.
I don't really know what you were expecting.
Well, I wasn't. You can't really expect things with all this nonsense, can you?
So where do you think the retaliation strike is going to happen?
Could be anywhere.
Anywhere, anytime.
They're gonna know that you all had a hand. See what I did there? In all of this.
It's so much funnier when you explain the punchline.
I just give you such a look.
But at the same time, they're gonna know that, somebody from the avian front is involved as well, because, how it was delivered.
Well, your avian friends are with us. And we can look out for each other.
That's true. But as I was saying, this is a new outfit. This
whole thing, I've had
where
it
we're
for
putting
ages.
our peanuts.
Well, as Kenzie says, I care about all of my members. If I would not ask people to do things if I thought it was too dangerous for them. And
sometimes the things being too dangerous is the reason for doing it.
Believe me, I know.
I really don't think we've ventured into that territory with dropping the rock. What's going to happen next? That's going to be the dangerous part. Brad Spit, you probably shouldn't go to your normal haunts over the next day or so because, Otto's going to be looking at people that can fly and probably going to want to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably get the word out, too, to the rest of our avian friends to lay low.
Definitely use the mice communique system that we established to.
And is there any particular avian we'd like to set up?
No. I can spread some word if need be. There's not much to it, but the Owl used to have a good network of the smaller birds. They could deliver messages pretty easily to be a little bit unobtrusive because they're used to being all over the place and not really thinking much of it.
Well, tonight we knocked on Hell's door. Let's see who answers. And as I pour everybody a shot and a drink to get ready for what may come after.
Yep. I'm gonna knock that back all prepared.
Right.
Yep.
After he knocks back his shot with the rest of them, we don't really know where Otto's going to go, but we know where he's going to leave from. And Otto's the kind of guy that's going to do it himself. He's not going to just send out his underlings.
I mean,
he's going to want blood.
What are you guys looking to do?
We should lay an ambush, so as soon as they leave, we hit them.
I mean, hell, we're already pretty much in this. We might as well.
We got to get everybody together for tomorrow night because he's not going to wait. I mean, he probably won't do it tonight because we probably did it later in the night anyway, just to make sure that he didn't have really a lot of time tonight to do things.
Right. Sure.
We got to get all the crews together and everyone's ready, and we got to take it to Otto as soon as he leads the otters out of his enclosure. I say we strike from all sides.
Yeah. We should definitely strike. You know,
Who are you looking to bring in?
Well, we need Ed. Ed's got to be there because I feel like he's going to be taking over our mafia very soon. At least he's got my vote.
I like Ed.
We need to gather up everyone that we kind of like
Trust.
brought in from the other mafias that
Okay.
are, falling apart now anyway. Because if they want to succeed,
So you're talking about the Jenny, the Pink Ladies, and Birds of Prey.
yes.
Okay.
And then it's time for the pet shop mafia to earn their keep. Wait a minute, they weren't really mobsters, were they? We just recruited them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to earn their keep anyway.
Like they were good at other things.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're not. You got the rodents, the cats, and the reptiles. They really don't have a whole lot of experience with the mob angle of things. The rodents have been pretty much trying to begin laying an information network. The cats have been trying to get people hooked on the nip, and the reptiles have been kind of like laying low and doing some other odd tasks.
Oh, wait a minute, how did we make out with getting Leo and his pride hooked on the nip?
It had not been successful as of yet.
We really do just like go.
Can I spend the marker to make it successful? So sorry, Robin, I'm jumping in.
Oh no, you're good. I mean, like.
Who's left? With the hyenas are all gone except for Ed. The birds of prey are basically, what's left of Al Capone's outfit.
Yeah, there's I mean, the big people in Al Capone's outfit is the ones that you guys have all recruited.
So I guess one of the things is to see if we can't get them to bring on the foot soldiers.
Okay.
I don't know if we have anything we can entice the lions with.
You don't have a whole lot, with I think was it Leo and Lance?
Yeah.
Leo and Lance, they've kind of retired. Unless you got some kind of idea as to what will make them come out of retirement for the evening. But they've kind of just, been enjoying the spoils of sitting on their old thrones.
Yeah, I don't got anything. I don't think I have anything that would entice them other than violence. So, and I don't think that's gonna work.
No, I think that's it. I think that's what we got then.
So you've got the four of you, the three birds of prey, the 5 pink ladies, and Jenny Jangles.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the plan? How is this setup look like?
Hey, you got any pachyderms you can bring in on this? In case we need some weight to throw around.
What's a pachyderm?
It's an elephant.
Elephant, hippos, rhinos.
I point to myself.
Did have a rhino friend that you called in a favor from before.
Indeed. Got his name. So I guess it's time to make up the one. Yeah.
I've always wanted to ride an elephant into battle.
We'll call him Rocky.
That's Joe.
Joe? Cool.
Joe the Rhino.
Joe the Rhino. Thank you for taking better notes than me, Ted. So
that's what Google Docs is for, my friend.
And I'll call in the favor.
Roll it up.
That's good. 6, 7, 8. I'm using magnetism. 9, 10, 11.
All right. So you know,
Totally.
Joe looks a little bit trepidatious at this meeting. Apparently he's heard some things. What is it that you need? As he kind of like slyly says, boss.
Well, you see, my friend Totally here has been, for whatever reason, dying to write.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
What's? I think we should have this meeting with you, having what's left of Oscar off to either your right or left, and you like just casually petting the dead otter.
Sure. This looks psychotic.
Yeah. Well,
Does.
that's the point.
Psychotic. Well,
they could be the otter or not be the otter. You gotta send. We just try to send the message. That's all.
It's helpful.
So
see,
a little bit more than trepidatious. There's definitely a heightened level of nerves as you're sitting there, kind of stroking this otter that's had a limb hacked off of it, clearly dead.
Just a paw. We only needed the paw.
And then boss is thrown in with a forced layer of healthy fear and respect.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna request the services as a riding animal for Tully. Since he's so enthusiastic about riding into battle with a rhino. That was all I'm gonna ask him.
All right.
And since it's Zoo Mafia, I'm gonna break out the moped with the sidecar. So I'm going to ride into battle with the rhino. Besides, they're like sentient. It'd be demeaning to actually ride the rhino into battle.
I kind of love that. I kind of I'm surprised that's where that went. And then pleased.
So you're putting the rhino in the sidecar?
Uh-huh.
So you're riding with a rhino into battle?
Yes.
You're riding with a rhino in the bitch seat into battle.
Basically.
All right, so you've already done your role for calling a favor, and with that healthy amount of fear and respect, that Joe says sure.
You have a piece, right, Joe?
Here, wear this helmet and these goggles. Safety first.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Wasn't sure if you had a piece on you or not, but good.
In these days, you gotta be carrying.
All right, good. While we clearly respect your massive, as I just I'm not even giving it a word, just looking at his horn. While you clearly
he just smiles as you said you're massive.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like gesturing up and down, you can clearly take care of yourself, but something with a little bit of rage is always helpful.
Of course.
All right, good. And as we continue to go over said battle plan,
so this is pretty extensive here. So what we're gonna do is this is gonna be a little bit of chaos incarnate here. So first off, I want Tully, Arnold, and Frenzy to give me a magnetism roll in relation to talking to your contacts. And this is not like a typical failure. It's just more of a grades of success for your Birds of Prey, Pink Ladies, and Jenny. Game disappeared.
Oh, I vanished. Well, I dropped my dice.
So My grand total is 12.
Okay.
And I lost
been
my green die. All right, we're gonna
I've
just
been
grab
pumping
3 random.
everything I have into magnetism. I'm like,
9.
stuff it up.
Okay.
Well, that's a 6. But we need this to work, so I'm just gonna mark her out.
Oh shit.
Oh Lord.
This was a I'll allow you to trade that out. This was going to be about their performance, and it's a gradients of success. It wasn't a failure or not failure. Do you still want to mark her out here on this?
Yes, I want the pink ladies to have the best chance possible.
Oh.
All right. So, for Carlos and Dave, you both are successful on this roll. In addition to your round of combat, for your secondary team, if you will, you're going to roll a d6 that is going to represent the total damage that your crew is going to do there. For Robin, for the birds of prey, they're not at the top of their game today. So on your turn, you're going to roll a d4 for their contribution for this.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, had you just gone with your 6, it would have been a d3. But
That's fine. I stand by it.
Sure, and I have a healthy amount of respect there. So without further ado, your plots and plans are laid in there. I don't want to leave you out. Roscoe, did you want to bring in somebody here, or do you want to leave your grifter friend out of this?
Roscoe's pretty intentionally leaving him out, actually, and he'll arrange to meet him like the night before at Dorothy's.
Sure.
Since that's like the neutral ground, right? And he'll just tell him like,
look, I'm not going to give you a lot of details because the more you know, the more in danger you are. But the long and short of it is, we're about to pull something off and it's going to be real big. And we might fail. And there's a lot that's happened in the past couple days, the past couple weeks. And I don't know if I'm making it out of this alive, if I do, or if I don't. I want you to know I really, really like you. I am very attracted to you. And I would like very much, if I do make it out of this alive, if we could continue to be alive together for a very long time. And if I don't make it out of this alive, I want you to know that I wanted that.
So, you know that Barry, when it comes to a lot of this, he's a little bit, quieter and not anywhere near as open as you. And you've been good at reading him, and his few words get the message across. I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. See you tomorrow.
You fully believe that he's got the confidence in you to be able to see it through, and the emotional that wasn't said, you understand.
okay. And then Roscoe kind of looks like he starts leaning and he just pulls back and he's like, I'll see you tomorrow. And he will go off and do his part, and probably it will happen from a treetop where he can be hidden.
So the plans have been laid. Crew has been gathered. Everyone is gone through, the whole military thing of checking, the guns, the ammo, oiling up everything to make sure it's at peak performance. Arnold hits his his own Tommy gun. Order is given to move out. The troop rolls in force as you take to the mean streets of the zoo. It's obvious by all of the passerbys what's going on. People begin to flee in each direction. You see a couple cops that have been turned and brought in, kind of look the other way. You see a couple more that are strung out on benches, messed up with the different things that you've got them hooked on, whether it be the nip or whether it be the
cocaine soaked rawhide.
As you begin to get closer and closer to the otter enclosure, the avians take flight so that they can get to the other side. Stealth becomes a thing as everybody begins moving into position. For a moment, the chaotic aspect of what it is that you've been doing this whole time returns, as you're no longer moving like the military, might that you've been gathering. And then you begin to hear that same sound that you heard not too long before, of rounds being chambered and guns being checked, for the metal clang of another enclosure opening with some force. And a small, let's face it, otters don't have the the most mightiest of battle cries, but it is unleashed as they too begin to move out in force. Nowhere near as many as what you have, but it seems every otter is armed and ready as they begin marching like the fools straight into your ambush. What do you do?
Well, what I'll do is this. So Arnold takes one last deep breath, almost like, the calm right before the storm, if you will. And he's going to wait until the majority of the other otters are in the center. Kind of like center lane of the area where, we could kind of pinch them together.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, like, we didn't highly discuss it, but like when they eventually get into position, I will, I guess, sound it off by opening fire with the Tommy gun. But that's not invitation. Other people can do things as well.
Sure.
Just saying that's kind of how it would go down.
All right. So are you starting it off, or are you giving that to somebody else?
Under the assumption everyone did, because I want people a chance to do things if they want to do it before I start shooting.
So, all right. So does anybody want to do or say anything pre-fight?
Oh no, I meant to just go in guns blazing. Like that's what Kinsey would be doing if it weren't protocol to wait first.
I feel like Shortman's got to give a speech before we trigger the ambush.
I mean, especially knowing what we know happens to you here. Yeah, like go out hard.
All right. So, well, before he gets into his speech, then Roscoe, you said you wanted to do something?
I just want to sit up in a tree, and I think that my part, as it were, is probably making sure that all the otters are there because I've been in the enclosure, so I know how many there are, right? Like, so I just want to make sure they're all there. And I know I'm not great at awareness, but I feel like that's something I would be able to help with, I guess.
All right, sure. So go ahead and put your peepers to work.
Okay. Oh Lord, that's not great. So that's doubles.
If there were
And
only
I got a 3. I'm gonna spend a marker to.
There you go. So it does appear that every single one is there. Every single one of them is armed. Every single one of them is outfitted exactly the same way.
Okay.
They all have the white shirt, the suspenders, the top.
Oh no, the secret is they're all Oliver except for Otto.
Oh.
Every single one looks like Machine Gun Otto.
So that's how many are there, you said?
There's 11.
11.
So
okay. And I did spend a marker to succeed. So like at least we know that they're all there. So that works. I am ready to hear the speech from the both of them.
After the speech, I would say like the birds of prey and the pink ladies, they're going to attack from above, where the ground forces are going to split up on either side, which would be us and
Jenny
and Ed. Let's not forget Ed.
Ed's here too.
Ed's very important. He's going to be very crucial towards the end. And then me and Joe will come charging straight in the center after they set up the crossfire. All right, Arnold, it's all you. Take it away.
All right. Your flavor of tyranny is not going to be acceptable here. We want Otto on a plate. I start popping off with the Tommy gun.
All right. So let's bring the heat.
At least I know I can't. Well, at least I know my fate in the very end, so it's perfectly fine. Double Uno with enemy boss showing.
All right. So
starting it high.
So that's failure.
Yeah.
You lose a marker.
Oh my gosh.
Which you don't have. So what would have been 2 damage of return fire, I'm gonna up to 3 because you don't have to lose.
Yay. I ain't looking too hot, yo. Alright, it just became unstable. So they return fire.
You're fine. Walk it off, kid.
Right. And you said on my turn, Jenny's gonna fire back.
Yes. So you would roll your d6.
Alrighty, she got a 4. Better shot than me.
All right. Well, I mean, you're a grifter. She's a hitman or a button, Good. So one of the otters, goes down. Spray of Tommy gun goes, sailing into the sky before it, clatters to the ground. No longer. The otter, falls to the ground, but the gun clatters, no longer, firing.
Got it. Alrighty, I guess it's my turn.
All right. Who's up?
All right, for the pink ladies, I'm going to roll the Nerdarchy D6.
There you go.
Hopefully, it will not fail me. Well, Nerdarchy D6. I don't know if we can see the number. No, it's a ghost.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Uh-oh.
All right. So you clip one of the others, but it doesn't matter. They fire, and the otters are moving around with a little bit of chaos,
slinking. Well, for my part, me and Joe are going to use run them down.
Sure.
I don't know what you're doing for Joe per se, but I'm going to try and run somebody over. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that is that's a crit. That's going to be a 13 with the ally boss and the neutral boss showing.
The ally boss and the neutral boss.
Yes.
So that's giving everyone a +1 forward, and you get a marker back. Do you want to immediately
Nice.
marker into damage?
So does that save me from markering out?
No, because you have already gone to 0 markers.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna convert it to damage because I have nothing else to do with it.
All right.
Yeah.
So, between your run them over and Joe, you wind up taking.
Oh, and I have the forward to convert the damage, so that's a minimum of 6.
So you actually run 2 of them over. Again, guns ablazing goes firing off into into the trees to the side and stonework by the side of the enclosure. But there are now 2 less otters. Frenzy, Roscoe.
Gotta unmute myself. That's pretty important there. All right, let's go in straight up melee because I do that.
Okay.
Let me see. That is going to be a total of 10.
Okay, that's a success.
Yes, and I deal +1 damage when I bop, so.
Okay. Are you any markers for added damage?
You know what? We're all doing it, and I've got a couple to burn, so yes.
Did you count the forward that you got as part of your attack?
Oh.
So you
that would still would only be you could convert that to damage if you wanted.
Yes, please.
All right. So you take out yet another one. The 11 otters is now down to 7. Did you roll your damage for Birds of Prey?
Cool, that's a D4, right?
Yep.
Okay, 3.
3. All right. So they managed to take out yet another one, down to 6. Roscoe.
Okay, so I'm just gonna shoot with my machine gun. I've got my Tommy gun. I'm in the tree.
All right.
I'm just trying to mow them down.
All right. Are you spreading damage or aiming at one target?
Does it seem like the spreading damage is more effective usually?
It's entirely, up to you. I mean, not one of them has gone down from a single point of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna spread damage because why not? Right? Like that's efficient. So assuming I'm hit. I haven't actually rolled the hit. Let's see. Okay, I've got doubles and the neutral boss. And that is a total, because I got 2, 6, 8 plus 3 is 11.
All right, so
11 and double 2s. The neutral boss is what's showing.
All right, so a success with everyone getting a +1 forward.
Wait, I have a +1 forward already, right?
Yes, because somebody else rolled that same thing.
So that makes it a 12, unless I'm allowed to just convert to damage. Can I do that?
Well, if you turn it into a 12, it becomes a crit. Rather than doing +1 damage, it would do +2.
Sure, let's do that.
So, all right. So that will take out another one.
Hey.
All right. So you're down to 6. Roughly half of them have been gone, and they spread and fire their own set of guns ablazing. All of you take 2 points of damage. All right, who's next?
I will. So what I'll do is I ain't looking for it, I'm gonna be honest with you. But with so many +1s forward, even though I am unstable, I get a +1. So shout out to you guys for making it happen. I am going to just continue firing at these dudes. You know, spreading. I'm assuming I hit.
All right, let's bring the heat.
Okay, so that is going to be a 7.
7. All right. So
oh no, plus
+1.
I'm sorry. Yeah, plus the so that's 8 total.
All right. 7, 7, 8, 9 is all the same results. It's success with consequence. So are you spreading it out, or are you gunning down, trying to gun down one at a time?
I'm gonna spread it out. Share the love. I gotta let them all know how I feel.
All right, and you take 1 in return.
Okay. I am at 2, and I am gonna fall into cover.
All right.
Assuming I can do that.
Roll for Jenny.
Sir. Well, she got a 4 again. It's weird, but okay.
All right. So now she goes in pretty hard into one of them. It's still standing, but definitely took some damage.
Okay.
All right, me and Big Joe wheel around once again. We'll try a different tactic, and we'll roll the Nerdarchy die with the Zoo Mafia dice.
Oh man,
maybe he needs a little company.
Don't cross the beams.
All right. Oh, we got some doubles. That's a 10, so it's a success. So we slam into. Ooh, that's even better than I thought. So we slam into some otters. And then the pink ladies do much better this time with a 5.
All right.
I needed company.
So 10 with doubles is a success with a +1 on the next roll.
It's a forward, so I just want to convert it.
Okay. All right. So how much
total of 3?
How much damage do you do with your drive them over?
It's 2 plus the conversion makes it 3.
All right. That. And how much damage did pink ladies do?
5.
5. All right. So they took out another one. Lots of the targets seem injured.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna go. Because then maybe I can help Frenzy with the bop a little bit and cover. So okay, I'm just going with the machine gun again.
Sure.
I don't know if I have to reload it or anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, big ass drum.
See. Okay. I got doubles, and it's the ally and the neutral boss are the doubles.
Oh, nice.
And then I got so that's 12 plus 3, 15.
All right, so that's a crit. So it's going to do essentially 5 points of damage.
You want to spend that marker?
So I've got you know what? Sure, last session. Let's go.
All right, so it's 8 damage.
Yeah.
You get a marker back for the ally boss. Everyone gets a +1 forward for the neutral boss.
Okay.
8 damage.
Oh, I forgot the +1 from the other thing too. So that's actually a 16.
All right, yeah.
I don't know if that matters.
Anything over 12 doesn't matter.
Okay, I wasn't sure. So, Frenzy, you got some cover, hopefully.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
So it is down to three otters left. Frenzy, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm absolutely going to continue commencing the slaughter because that is what Frenzy does.
You got a +1 forward from Roscoe.
All right, that is going to leave me with a 9 total.
9 total. So it's going to do your 2 damage. They're going to give 2 in return.
Cool.
Let's see. All right. Tully and Frenzy. You're going to take another 2 from the gunfire that is erupting around you. They've seen the effectiveness of not only Frenzy being in melee, but you using the moped has been fairly effective. Now, just to paint the scene a little bit, there is gunfire going on all around you. You guys have begun showing what your allies are doing, but they are taking fire as well. No one seems to be in dire straits at the moment, but nobody is getting off scot-free in any of this. But there are 3 left.
I'm gonna charge out and try to duck for cover, and I'll let my roll see what happens.
All right, bring that heat.
It's kind of like a lukewarm, but all right. At this point.
All right, bring that tepid water.
Okay, so thank you for the +1. That negates my -1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's precision, correct?
Yeah.
All right, 10 total.
All right, that is a success.
I needed that because I can't take return fire. Thank you, Roscoe. Coming in clutch.
All right, spreading out that damage. You're hitting targets. Roll your d6.
Ooh, Janie got a 6. Finally.
It's not looking good for these otters.
You guys give.
All right, it's gonna be a little harder because I got that ongoing -1 now. We're gonna get in there.
Well, Roscoe got at least for this round, you should have a +1.
All right. So that's an 8. That's a 10. -1 is a 9. +1 is a 10. Success. So I'm just gonna do 2, and I have 2 for the pink ladies.
All right. So we are down to 2 otters as you gun down one more this round.
Okay.
Both heavily injured. What?
Machine gun?
Yep, go for it.
All right. Okay. This one away. Okay, that's not doubles, but a boss is showing. That doesn't matter. I keep thinking it does. That's 8 + 3, 11.
All right.
+1, 12. Sorry.
That turns it into a crit.
So yes.
Nice.
Frenzy, there is 1 target left.
All right. So yeah, let's go. Let's get punching. Okay, so I got all 5s.
So trip 5's number 1. That's going to give you a marker back. That's going to be, a success. What is your wild?
3.
3. So that's a 13. So that's a crit right there. You normally do 2, so that is 4 points of damage. As the last otter, possibly the real machine gun Otto. There's no way to tell at the moment. What does this look like as you take him out?
Oh, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna stick my gator claw fingers in his face, and I'm just gonna torque it until it snaps.
Nice. So the hit goes off.
Since I mark her out, can I interject something real quick?
What would you like to interject?
As Frenzy goes to do that, the final otter points his gun towards the sky, and he clearly has Chi-Chi in his sights.
Okay.
And totally seeing that, uses one of the he pulls the pin on the sidecar, so Joe rolls free, and uses one of the many otter bodies on the field as a ramp to launch himself into the sky. Instead of hitting Chi-Chi prematurely, the bullet strikes the gas tank on the moped, causing Tully to die in a ball of fire.
Wow. Nice.
He dies the way he lived his life. Chasing flamingos and setting things on fire and going really fast.
I got no problem with you interjecting
awesome.
Interjecting that particular scene. There's all kinds of chaos. You have this moment to decide whether or not you collect 11 Tommy guns from the otter corpses.
Well, yeah.
Over the next couple of days, it becomes known and established that Crazy River Horse is not only running Al Capone's territory, but running Machine Gun Otto's as well. Everyone settles into their new life. Some sadness over the fact that Tully is no more. And then a couple of things wind up happening. And I'll allow the remaining two to have their own narration here as to what they want to add into the mix. But one day, a new type of human. You've seen the crazy zookeeper get-ups with the little name tags on it and whatnot. But a different kind of badge, different kind of uniform shows up when a truck rolls in through the open gates, drives up through the normally human walked paths. The back of the truck opens up and a giant crane comes and picks up Arnold out of his enclosure, puts him into a truck, iron bars on its side, and drives away. It becomes known that the threat against one Carlo Hambino turns out to have been faked. And the warthog, once again, returns to his enclosure. Edward, a lover of Maltail cocktails, had spent a handful of days trapped, but talked quite a lot with the tortoise, who shared his love of setting things on fire.
We'll always have that.
He begins spreading some words about, well, there's enough room for two, right? As he goes into his typical laugh. Maybe, just maybe, there's another mafia boss arising, since after all, there is room for two. Roscoe, would you like to paint your finale?
So Edward kind of takes the mantle of the crazy river horse, and Roscoe probably meets up with Frenzy at some point at the ice cream parlor because irony, right? And he sort of leans forward and he's like, look, I don't know how you feel about this. Because I do consider you a great friend, and I will continue to consider you a great friend, whatever you choose. But as for my part, Arnold was the one that brought us together. And Tully was a part of that. And I don't know, something doesn't feel right about continuing with the life, given that only half of us made it. And maybe that's the price that you pay for flying toward the sun. But I think our wings caught fire. And I've got other things to live for now. Barry and I are sort of a thing, and I would like us to remain a thing, very much alive and not in danger at every turn.
Then I'll tell you. As far as I'm concerned, from here on out, you don't owe me anything, but you're under my protection. Because I don't think that Arnold would have wanted me to give up. I don't think that he wanted this to die with him. So I'm going to keep going. As far as it'll take me, long as the road goes. I guess I'm crazy river horse now.
I will 100% support that. And, I think Barry would probably be able to help you get the word around that there's a new crazy river horse in town.
Or
I think I'd like that.
Is Frenzy going to oppose Edward?
Yeah.
You're going to join Edward?
Everyone could do with a figurehead.
It's fair. That's fair.
He seems fairly puppetable as long as he gets to kill something.
He does. He does at that. All right, I'll see what I can do about that. But if he turns out to be too difficult to work with, I still got muscle.
Yeah, and I'm
still
sure
am the brute squad.
And that silver plate of yours. Should you get hungry or something. And he kind of winks.
Smirks.
Is there anything else that Frenzy would like to add?
No, I mean, she pretty much came out of this with everything she wanted aside from alive friends, so.
Well, potentially Arnold is alive out there.
Somewhere.
Somewhere and
Josh is giving me such a look right now.
Some secret government facility somewhere trying to figure out why, animals were doing things that animals shouldn't be doing.
Oh, heck, maybe... Never mind. Campaign's over. We're done planning things.
Arnold, Arnold's running around the facility. You'll never take me alive!
Low-key, part of my character's, goals moving forward are going to be to, break him out of the lab. But, for now...
Well, that's another story for another day.
Oh, for sure.
This was Central City Zoo. Zoo Mafia RPG Season 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope those watching out there had as much fun as I did.
We'll be off for 2 weeks, and then we come back with Carlos in the hot seat playing a different RPG. We're going to be playing Vast Grim. So with that, until next time,
stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
All right. We're